Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is Anne. In this video, I'll be swatching my Art Nouveau set, or set number 2, by Kuretake Gansai Tambi. I will also be sharing the pigment information as well. I was able to purchase this set from Zig Philippines through the Shopee app. This set is a little more expensive than how much I was able to purchase my set number 1, which is the original set. So I did an unboxing and swatch video of that set number 1. If you're interested, I will link it here. Also in that video, I also did a paint pan comparison with other paints. So you will be able to gauge how big these pans are in case you're new to the Gansai Tambi Paints. So the box packaging of this Art Nouveau set is pretty much the same with the original set. The only difference is this paper literature included in the Art Nouveau, which has this beautiful painting up front, and as you can see, this one has the AP logo, meaning that these paints are non-toxic. And here is the list of all the paints. And here on the back side, you will see some information regarding about these paints. If you need to read them, please pause at any point, okay? So here's the condition of the paints right out of the box. We have saffron yellow, green gold, pale pink, coral pink, flax beige, ecru beige, potash pink, vermilion, alizarin crimson, mauve taupe, cobalt turquoise light, pale aqua, old mauve, grayish blue, cobalt green, billiard green, shadow green, pea green, beige gray, yellow brown, ivy green, green gray, Mars yellow, and Venetian red. So now let's continue to swatching. So this one, I'll be using my Semi-Art travel quill brush. This is the first time I'll be using it on this video. I will also be pre-wetting the paints. I have my clean water and my 2 tubs of water for my paints. And I will also do the swatch first on my sketchbook of swatches. So this swatch design, by the way, is an ode to Alphonse Maria Muha, one of my favorite Art Nouveau artists. So here I just wanted to show you that some of the paints have a bit of shrinkage on the sides, just a bit though. And the same with the regular sets, they have the paint name and the color code at the bottom of the pan. So as you can see here, I forgot to unpause the video again, so I'm on to my next color. So for now, just a little bit, I'm going to talk about Gansai Tambi Paints and what is Art Nouveau. Some people have different perspectives regarding these paints, whether are they really watercolor paints or they're more like gouache paints. Personally for me, it's neither or neither, whatever. Okay, so with watercolors, some paints, even though you're using this very strong intensity of the paint or the mass tone, sometimes it can still look transparent. But with Gansai Tambi Paints, if you're going to use the mass tone, most probably the paint will be more opaque. So if you want these paints to be more transparent, you will have to use a little bit more water. So what's the difference between gouache paints and Gansai Tambi paints? Okay, so with gouache, most of the time when you're done with your painting, the paints will look flat. The goal of the artist is to play with shades, with different hues to make the painting pop or have texture. But what I find with my Gansai Tambi paints is that even in their strong opaque mass tone, the paints doesn't look flat. They're still very vibrant, and I think that is the main difference with gouache. One more thing about Gansai Tambi paints, or maybe it's just with the Kuretake, is that when you paint with them, and using their mass tones, it leaves off this sheen on top of the paint. Some do not like that sheen, but to me, it's fine. I think it adds a little character to these paints. I think that this will be a good thing to note for those who are just planning to purchase this Kuretake Gansai paints. So I checked out Kuretake's website and found that the binder that they used is a water-soluble resin. So I'm just speculating that maybe the resin that they used is the reason why there is this shiny sheen after painting. Oh, by the way, this shiny sheen that I keep saying, it is only visible most of the time when you're using the paint thickly, in a very thick consistency. Okay, so I checked out on Google what Gansai Tambi means. So I found that Gansai means vibrance and Tambi means aesthetic. So I do believe in that these Gansai paints are quite vibrant and they are very beautiful paints. There are YouTubers, artists out there that have done a deep dive about these paints and how to use them. I'll try to look for some, or maybe at least one, and I'll link it down below. And also there's this artist, I think, yeah, her channel is called ViviGonzalezArt. I will link her down below because she does this amazing, beautiful painting using this Art Nouveau set. She does landscapes and botanical paintings as well. Okay, so now let me talk just a bit about Art Nouveau. So Art Nouveau is an art style that started in the 1890s up until the 1900s. Although it is a little short-lived, I find that the Art Nouveau is an inspiration for a lot of art designs after. Okay, so first, I'm not an artist. I don't know much about designing and anything like that, but I just love Alphonse Maria Muha's work. He is the reason why I started to gravitate towards Art Nouveau designs. The beautiful colors and the intricate designs of his work is just amazing to me. To me, Art Nouveau is not only just a whimsical or fairy-like type of design, they also have this very colorful Gothic aesthetic as well. If you are an Art Nouveau fan and you are into painting, I would highly suggest that you also get this Art Nouveau set by Kuretake. But just so you know, if you're a beginner and you're just starting out and you're buying your first palette, this is not it. Do not buy this set. I would highly suggest that you get the regular set, the set number 1, if you are just starting out, and then this can be a supplemental set for you. Okay, so this set is made up of mostly pastel colors. But this is not your typical pastel palette as well, because most of the pastels in this set is more on the muted side, which I prefer. If you are an artist who prefers single pigment paints, this set will be definitely not for you. Not one paint in this set has a single pigment. Mostly a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 5 pigments in one paint. So mixing colors with this paint will be a little iffy. I think you can mix up to 2 colors depending on how many pigments there are in that paint. A maximum maybe of 3, maybe. I feel like this paint will get muddy a lot quicker than your normal watercolor paints. So right now I can say that I absolutely love all the colors included in this set. Surprisingly, I liked also the ivy green. I don't typically like that type of green. I don't like leaf green. I don't like that tree green that sometimes I see on other palettes. But this one, the ivy green, is just muted enough that it looks beautiful, at least to me. I hope someday, maybe in the not so far future, I'll be able to play with these paints. Okay, so for me, again, that these are such beautiful paints. They give off this vintage classic type of feels to them. They are muted, but they are not dull. They still hold that vibrancy to it. If you are into vintage classic fairy-like themes, this will be great for that. Okay, so one more thing about these paints, I find that they are quite smooth. This will be helpful if you are a beginner. There's not much of granulation, and I think you can control these paints much easier. Okay, so now this is the last 3 paints from this set, and I have to say that these are my favorites. The masked tones and diluted washes are so beautiful to me. This Mars yellow reminds me a lot of a burnt sienna color, but the diluted wash has a more stronger yellow tint to it. I think that this will be wonderful for autumnal paintings. And now this Venetian red, it reminds me slightly a bit of this color called Caput Mortuum, but this leans a little warmer against that color. And here's a closer look of the swatches. So now for my official swatches, I'm only using this 180 GSM watercolor paper for this one. So now for our first color, this is saffron yellow. Color code is 404. So this color has 3 pigments, which are PY1, Hansa Yellow G, PB15 colon 3, which is phthalo blue green shade, and PY42, which is yellow iron oxide. So the next one is green gold, and the color code is 405. So this color has 2 pigments. We have PG7, which is phthalo green, and PY42, yellow iron oxide. For our third color, this is flax beige. Color code is 401. This consists of 4 pigments, which are PR101, which is synthetic iron oxide red, PBK11, which is Mars black, PY42, yellow iron oxide, and PW6, titanium white. This reminds me a bit of Daniel Smith's buff titanium. So this next one is ecru beige. Color code is 16. Okay, so this color consists of PB27, which is Prussian blue, PY42, which is yellow iron oxide, and PW6, titanium white. And this one is pale pink with color code 18. So here we have 3 pigments. These are 73263-37-3, aka Scarlet 215, PY3 Hansel Yellow Light, and PW6 Titanium White. Next up is Coral Pink with color code 17. So this one also has the Scarlet 215. It also has synthetic iron oxide red and titanium white. This one is such a pretty coral pink. So this one is called Potter's Pink. Color code is 19. So this color consists of a phthalo green, synthetic iron oxide red, and a titanium white. And by the way, this is not the actual Potter's Pink, okay? But I find that this color is very beautiful. It has this dusty pink look to it. It's very pretty as well. Now this one is Vermilion with color code 302. As well as Potter's Pink, this is not the actual Vermilion shade. This consists of 3 colors, which are Scarlet 215, PY1, which is Hansa Yellow G, and then PY6, which is Hansa Yellow 3G. Now this next color is called Alizarin Crimson with color code 304. Again, this is not the actual alizarin crimson. This color has 3 pigments, which are Scarlet 215, Titanium White, and Lamp Black, which is PBK7. Okay, so our next color is Mauve Taupe. Color code is 303. It has the same pigments as alizarin crimson, which are Scarlet 215, Titanium White, and Lamp Black. So I feel like there's more ratio of Lamp Black on this paint. So up next we have Old Mauve. The color code is 301. This one has Scarlet 215, it has PB27, which is Prussian Blue, and Titanium White. And to me, this looks like a dusty purple shade. So this next one is called Grayish Blue. The color code is 601. Grayish Blue has PB15:3, which is a phthalo blue green shade. It has Titanium White and Lamp Black. I actually love this color, so I'm going to try and experiment and mix my own color. So here we have Cobalt Turquoise Light. Color code is 602. This one has PY3, which is Hansa Yellow Light. We have phthalo blue green shade as well, and Titanium White. And I honestly think that they did a pretty good job at making this cobalt turquoise hue. So here we have Pale Aqua with color code 15. This actually has the same pigments as cobalt turquoise hue. So we have Hansa Yellow Light, phthalo blue green shade, and Titanium White. And to me, this is such a pretty soft powder blue shade. And now we have Cobalt Green. The color code is 503, and this one has 5 pigments. We have phthalo green, synthetic iron oxide red, titanium white, yellow iron oxide, and Mars black. This next one is Billiard Green. Color code is 502. So the pigments in this color are Scarlet 215, phthalo green, and titanium white. So this one looks a bit to me like a viridian hue, but a tad shadowy. So this next one is called Shadow Green with color code 506. This one also has the same pigments as Billiard Green. We have Scarlet 215, PG7, which is phthalo green, and titanium white. So this to me, it looks like it's trying to mimic the Perylene Green color. This is such a beautiful color. I will try an experiment and mix this as well. So this one is P Green with color code 501. This one has 3 pigments. We have PY55, which is Diarylite Yellow AAPT. We have Phthalo Green and also Titanium White. This next one is called Ivy Green. The color code is 505. This one has Phthalo Green, Yellow Iron Oxide, and Titanium White. Now for the last green color in this palette, we have Green Gray. Color code is 504. This one has Phthalo Green, Synthetic Iron Oxide Red, Mars Black, and Yellow Iron Oxide. So here we have Beige Gray, color code is 406, another color that has 5 pigments. This one has Hansa Yellow Light, Synthetic Iron Oxide Red, Mars Black, Yellow Iron Oxide, and Titanium White. So this color, it reminds me of that pastel watercolor from White Nights called Dunes. And now here, one of my favorites is Yellow Brown. Color code is 49. This has 3 pigments, which are Synthetic Iron Oxide Red, Mars Black, and Yellow Iron Oxide. Here's another favorite. This one is called Mars Yellow. Color code is 402. This one has 2 pigments, which are Hansa Yellow G and Synthetic Iron Oxide Red. So personally, to me, that the mass tone of this paint and the diluted wash are so beautiful. And here's our last color, but definitely not the least. We have Venetian Red. Color code is 403. Pigments are Synthetic Iron Oxide Red, Yellow Iron Oxide, and Mars Black. So that is it. Those are my swatches of the Kuretake Gansai Tambi Art Nouveau set. So here's another look of the used paints in the box. So as you can see, there is a bit of discoloration on the colors because of paint separation. So here's another look at the swatches I made. Here's a still picture at room lighting. So here's the swatch that I just made, but now this one is dried already. Now you can see how opaque the mass tones of these paints can be. So on here, you'll be able to see that shiny sheen that I was talking about when using these Gansai Tambi paints. You'll be able to see them where the paints were applied thickly. Here's a still picture at room lighting. So that is going to be it for my Kuretake Gansai Tambi Paints Art Nouveau set swatch video. Thank you so much for watching, and I truly appreciate it, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye and take care.